My name is Takia Huggins, and I decided to do my study on reality television and the depictions and portrayals of African American women. First, I will give you a brief definition of what reality television is. Reality television is a genre of television programming that documents unscripted real-life situations and often features an unknown cast. The main focus on these shows is pretty much the drama and the personal conflict within the cast members. And it's been said that reality television has been known to be the most popular television program in American society based on Nielsen's findings in 2011. So in 2011, Nielsen analyzed broadcast primetime ranking reports from the past decade in order to determine the top genres of TV programming. And the results are here, and they show that in the 2002 and 2003 season, reality television, which is blue, has a percentage of 63.1% and had 197 million viewers. And in the 2007 and 2008 season, reality television had 196 million viewers with 77.3%. So this study and results show that reality television is known to be one of the top 10 genres in primetime television. So the reason why I chose this topic because I wanted to examine how African American women are affected by the stereotypes, depictions, and portrayals of African American female participants in these reality TV shows. And to understand the implications, we must first look at the cultivation theory, which will probably explain the three main points here: the cultivation of stereotypes, the body image perceptions, and potential empowerment. So first we shall look at the cultivation theory. It was a theory developed by Gerbner in 1976, which examined the long-term and the media effects of watching television and the influences and perceptions of the audience of everyday life. And in quote, the theory examined the long-term effects of television and explained that the more time people lived in the television world, the more likely they are to believe social reality portrayed on television, end quote. So, knowing that the cultivation theory is used to understand why people view television a lot, in this study, it's used to understand why African American women are depicted from a negative perspective and how they are affected physically, mentally, and emotionally. So first we go to the first main point, stereotypes and perceptions of violence. So in previous studies, African Americans in reality TV represented historic and new stereotypes. Historical stereotypes pretty much will be the mammy or the maid or the housewife. Now in present reality televisions, black women are more stereotyped as the angry black woman or the hood rat or the hoochie mama or the ratchet one. In layman terms, ratchet means ghetto. So here are examples of the historical stereotypes and the new stereotypes. In 2011, Tyree developed a textual analysis to observe 10 reality TV shows to see whether the black female participants would fit into the historical stereotype category or the new stereotype category. Based on the results, she found that at least one black female participant fit mostly in the new stereotype category. Mostly were portrayed as the hoochie mama or the angry black woman. And not only that, for stereotypes, in 2013, Smith decided to develop a study on violence. And she wanted to know whether African American men or African American women were portrayed in a positive or negative way, especially when you're dealing with violence here. And based on the findings, it showed that women were more negative in the media than African American men because women were known as the aggressors and the main ones to get into verbal or physical altercations. Then we go into our second main point that focuses on body image. Not only that African American women view body image as a main priority, but for women in general as well. For women in reality television, body image is a must requirement. So in order for you to get on these reality TV shows, you have to have a fair skin complexion, long, smooth hair, a small waist, big breasts, big butt, and full lips, because they believe that in order for you to get accepted in society and be known as, the eye candy or the attractive one, you have to look like these images right here. So, knowing that these women have the body of goddesses, most of these women went through cosmetic surgery. And the reason why some of these women went through cosmetic surgery is because it was more of a self-confidence issue, and plus when you're in the media, you're always judged by your physical appearance, no matter where you go. So in order for them to, view themselves and fix their physical flaws, they go under the knife or get cosmetic surgery in order to feel beautiful. Then we go to potential empowerment. Now, many people have their views in different definitions of empowerment, but according to dictionary.com, empowerment is a process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. So in reality television, Black women show more empowerment by being the businesswoman, the independent woman, but some women use their form of empowerment in a different way. Some of them use their sexuality as empowerment in order to gain physical and emotional attention from men. Knowing that people who are showing empowerment through business and showing independence, they're not viewed in a positive way. They're viewed as the boring ones. Which, going through these previous findings, I want to know, were there any positive stereotypes of African American women? Were they able to show positive stereotypes and be less affected by body image? Is there a possibility for women to gain empowerment rather than using sexual or aggressive power or behavior? And are women less violent in present reality television? So my case study I did was viewing the show Love and Hip Hop. Now, Love and Hip Hop is known as being one of the top 5 shows in the VH1 network. It follows the lives of 6 African American women who are girlfriends, fiancés, and wives of rappers, managers, producers, and businessmen. But the main downfall of this show is that African American women and other women of color portray negative stereotypes, meaning they're the ones that mainly get violent. They use their bodies, to get what they want, not as in prostitution, but they think that their body is the most important priority to them. And not to mention that most of the show only involves love triangles and infidelity issues too. But while viewing the show, I only saw one African American woman who developed this positive feedback and factors within herself. And her name is Yandy Smith Harris. So Yandy Smith Harris is one of the original cast members of Love and Hip Hop New York. And she is mainly known as the peacemaker and the woman who really gets everything done. She was born and raised in Harlem, New York. She graduated from Howard University, and she has her own business called Everything Girls Love. It's a small business that helps mentors young women who went through self-confidence issues, cyberbullying, domestic violence, rape crisis, any issue that a woman goes through. They go to this company, and they hold events too. They recently had an event for breast cancer in the month of October, and that raised almost $50,000. Now, Yandy Smith is married with 3 children, and she plans on pursuing her business going to the music industry, since she produced music and managed musicians, rap artists such as Missy Elliott, L. Cool J, Jim Jones, and Tyrese. So she decides to work on her own record company. So, in conclusion, knowing that the popularity of these shows are still getting higher rates consistently, Love and Hip Hop continues to show African American women in a negative perspective. Though the show had one African American woman who had positive portrayals and only did positive activities within the show tends to really focus on more of the drama and the violence. And knowing that the positive people who are in these shows are viewed as boring and so on, they really need to be shown more in the spotlight, because nowadays the women who watch these kind of shows, such as Love and Hip Hop, are ages from 18 to 49. They'd rather see violence and relationship problems and disempowerment as amusing and entertaining. It is important to believe there are positive African Americans in television. We just have to stop overlooking them. Here goes my works cited. Thank you very much.